Hello, everybody. Happy Eclipse Day indeed. Hello. How is everyone? We're gonna be doing some drawing today, just because that's a good way for me to start the week. But I'm starting with some tea. Oh boy, and I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry if you can hear Percy. Um, maybe today's the day I fix the noise gate once and for all because he he's having a conniption. There are two dogs currently running around outside our house. We don't know whose they are. Um but that also happens very often where we live. Uh it's time. I don't really know what to do. And I think we heard somebody call them from down the street too. So they kind of went back and now they're kind of coming back to our house. I don't really know what's going on. So, yeah, it's fun. It's fun when our neighbors, I feel like literally every neighbor around us doesn't know how to take care of their dogs. So, I'm having tea to try to calm down. You're still sick but slowly getting better. Okay. I mean, at least you're getting better. I feel like you're on the mend. Man, you were sick all weekend though. That blows. Yeah, I hope you're feeling better soon. Are you still away from work, Rick? Pet ownership is like parenting. Oh my god, for real. And some people cannot keep their dogs on their lawns or like in their properties, you know? Yeah, once you have your own, you realize how everyone else sucks. Yeah, you know what? I might be that person. But here's my caveat to that. I Okay, I'm saying this with the whole everyone does dogs differently. I also completely see the merit of like having your dogs on leashes because then there's the whole like you don't know if other people's dogs are dog friendly, right? And there's like a whole safety issue with that. Totally get it. I also understand where we live. It's a little more rural, or at least it used to be. It's slowly kind of sprawling. Um, I understand having a big lot of land and kind of letting your dog run around on your property. I think I often go on runs near busy residential roads. We're talking like cars going 40, 45 miles an hour or splintering off to get to homes and houses. And like, I would say half of the time I run into a loose dog in the middle of a run. And a lot of the time I'm like looking for nearby owners or trying to like wave people down and be like, is this your dog? But yeah, I just feel like it happens a lot. And people being like, oh, I'm so sorry. That's the fifth time they've gotten out. And when I'm like, if this is the fifth time your dog's gotten out and there's literally a road with cars that are not gonna stop and might kill your dog, like maybe you should change something. I don't say that, but I'm also like, can you please be careful? Yeah, I had sick leave today and then I had 2 days off scheduled. Okay, tomorrow, Wednesday anyways. Oh, that's good. Hopefully by then you'll be all the way better. Half the time I run into a loose dog. Oh no, in the middle of a run. Oh, yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's really scary though, because sometimes it's like I'm on a run and I'll like turn a corner and they're like bolting towards me and it like freaks me out. Quite a roller coaster, that sentence. Yeah. It's just, it's interesting. It's interesting. It sounds like they're gone though. I think our boy Percy really wanted to play with them. And he was losing his mind. Actually losing his mind. But maybe we don't need the noise gate check after all. Huzzah. Happy Monday, everybody. Yeah, I forgot too. We're doing Morpho Monday stuff. I'm wanting to do more Morpho Mondays. Make it like a thing. Rick, your stuff looked really good in the Discord. I was so happy to see that you were sketching with it. If anyone's interested, because I see some people are here, in the Discord, you can check our reference share channel, and we're going to be drawing this page. Never mind, the dogs are back. I hear them barking. Sorry. But I posted this page if you want to sketch along with me. We're doing anatomy studies today that you can join along and sketch with me, or just watch or ask questions. Save it for later. I don't really mind. But I thought doing it on Monday would be cool, because that way, like, we have a start to the week. It's a good way for me to get a solid work week started, right? Doing something a little more productive. And oh, Comteca, hey! What's up? Aren't you starting a new job today? That's cool that you're able to be here. But yeah, this is like a good start to my week. And then that way also I can share the reference. You all know it's coming every Monday. It's not just like a random day. And I won't be posting the whole book, but just little pages here or there, so I don't feel so bad with like copyright laws. So yay. I remembered why I didn't stick with drawing as a kid. I got annoyed as soon as I was in Michelangelo. It does take a lot of patience. That's certainly true. I have like 5 minutes. Oh, just wanted to say hi. Well, hey, I hope your day's going well. I know days at new jobs can be stressful, so I'm thinking of you, dude. Yeah, definitely patience is I mean, as I said, if you look at my old drawings, I dated a lot of them. I went back and I found some more old sketchbooks, and I found one where I wrote... A lot of times with gesture drawings, you do them timed. So you write like, oh, I did these in 30 seconds or 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. And you just stop whenever the timer goes. But I wrote that, and I wrote the date. And there's so many times I did them daily all the time, and you don't really see that much progress until like a few months at a time. And yeah, when you're in the thick of that, that can feel painful or annoying. Or just, I don't know. Like you're just grinding your teeth and not getting anything done. But that's just art, baby. It's really a lot of things. That's sports. That's music. That's all kinds of stuff. Okay. I'm about done with my tea. I don't know what Percy's up to, so now we're gonna slowly jump in. I feel like I haven't done an iPad setup in a while. Alright. Here we go. These are the ones we did last time. I forget what day it was. Wasn't on Monday. But I am quite happy with these. We're gonna try to keep it going. Yeah, what did I say I got out of these? The adductor. I think I learned a lot about the inner thigh. Like right here, this guy. But we'll go ahead and start our new layers. And get started. Okay, so the top of the page is definitely a little more intense. I think I'm gonna work my way from the more simple looking stuff up, kind of like over and up this way. So we're gonna start with the straight leg stuff as like a warm up. But yeah, Rick, your stuff looked really good. And also doing it traditionally, like I should maybe show on stream one day my traditional drawings that I've done out of like these types of anatomy books. Because I always feel like doing it traditionally makes a difference. Mostly because you've seen me, like I use the transform tool a lot. It helps me a bunch, particularly because, ironically, visualizing is very tough for me. Sad, but true. So whenever something doesn't look like, I know what it should look like, and I could just keep wiggling it in that direction, right? Yeah, I was jealous of your ability to twist and stuff. Yeah, that makes a huge difference. So my traditional stuff is, like, I wouldn't say bad either, but it doesn't quite look as polished as the stuff I do on stream, just because of the tools I have. Some people call that cheating, and I think that's a little bit bull because you still have to have the knowledge to pull it off, right? It's not like it does the work for you, but it does make you or it does just make the task easier. That's for darn sure. Yeah, that's good. And then we'll just kind of sneak in some toes there. Oh yeah, is anyone seeing the eclipse today though? We're supposed to be getting it here, I think soon. Unfortunately though, the weather here kind of, it's not great right now. So I don't know how much of it we're gonna see. A little unfortunate. My father-in-law's super lucky though. I think he flew out to Dallas this morning to see it, and he's supposed to get like 100% coverage, which is nuts. I hope his weather is better today. Helps with keeping the models from having been born in Chernobyl. But you know, sometimes maybe you were going for that. Maybe it was on purpose. Oh wait, shit. Up. I want my leg to be just a little bit longer. Okay, so this we're learning, this is like the inside of that like adductor line. That makes sense. And this is the calf. Okay. My in-laws also went to Texas to watch. Oh, that's cool. I did not know that. Maybe they're there together. No, I know my in-laws are, well, not in-laws. One, just Steve. I know he's there for also like a work trip thing. Okay, yeah, that's really all we want out of this. So actually, we'll knock it back and start cleaning up the lines. Classic Steve. The full eclipse is T-minus 41 minutes in Mexico right now. That's what NASA's Twitch is showing right now. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know they were doing that. That's sick. Yeah, I think we're gonna be at peak, our peak where I am. I think it's around 2:30 to 3:30 ballpark. Something like that. But I'm also not in like the 100% coverage area either. Rip. Rip. It's okay. Hey guys, remember when I talked about that grand plan of like, I'll go to New York, get my tattoo. Everything will work. And then I was in the wrong freaking year. Remember that? Can't believe it. Oops. Okay, I do like to kind of make the calf a little more like, yeah, have this shape rather than this to it. It's kind of nice to get this alternating. Not that exaggerated, obviously, but like giving it a little bit of that makes it look more dynamic. Okay. Cool, and for the foot, we're just gonna give it this arch. It's always funny drawing feet like this because I know some people can do this with their foot. If my foot bent this way, it means I broke a bone. And I cannot do that. But I can also do things with my hands that really freak people out, so I guess I make up for it there. Okay, cool. First one done. The second one is super similar. Why not? We'll do it. It's just good for practice. We'll start with our construction method. I'm going to be a little more cognizant of doing cylinders and then building on top of that. I usually watch all rocket launches on NASA's Twitch when I can. Oh, that's cool. It's one of the only things that makes me cry. Does it really? That's crazy. Because I actually... Ooh. I don't want to dox myself. But I live near the area of NASA. I'll say that. That's not doxing myself. That's wild. and a lot of people in the area. It's just like a regular happenstance, which is funny. There's a lot of people I've met that love space and all things space. They're like, rocket launches are amazing. And then the people that actually live near them are like, and I mean, like, and they're always like, oh, that's neat. But like, it's no big deal for them too. Um, it's wild. It's wild. No, I don't want to do that yet. We're building on top of the cylinders, Alyssa. That's what we're doing. We're learning. It's something like humanity joining together to be greater than the sum of its parts thing. Oh, yeah, I could totally see that. Same with the Apollo 13 movie, real tearjerker, that one. I love that film. Like, unironically, I think that's an amazing film. I watched it when I was a kid, and it's one that I love to go back to, like, whenever it's on TV or if I'm sick. I don't know, it's a comfort film for me. I love it. And sometimes I tell people that, and they're like, really? That one? And I'm like, yeah, it's good. Shut up. I guess it's the same as Northern Lights aren't a big deal for me, and I go, eh. Oh, yeah, that's true. Northern Lights would blow my freaking brains away. Like, I wouldn't... I would be beside myself if I saw the Northern Lights. But yeah, I guess it's true. It's probably what you grow up with, because like even me, like people love Florida beaches, and to me, it's like I don't think they're that great. Like they're not bad, but it's just like okay, yeah. And then people spend a lot of money to come here on vacation, and I'm always like, why? Why? I don't get it. Okay, something I have learned about feet is I like drawing the ankle as like this like block. That helps me a lot. And then maybe this will be like the ball of the foot? Yeah. Nah, it's a little weird. See, we're wiggling now. Boop. That's a bit better. Yeah, and some of that's because we have to fix the rest of the leg. We'll do that. But yeah, it's very funny. I remember like there was a time when I first worked at Netflix and someone our production so into space. Like I mean almost studied like astrobiology in college before going into film and like film work instead, which was crazy. And the dude was super smart, knew his shit. um and found out that like, oh yeah, I see the rocket launches all the time, and he was like, oh my god, that's a freaking dream. I want to go and watch that. And like I would have a telescope and be watching it all the time. And I totally get it, because there's space enthusiasts around here are like that, but like all the locals aren't, right? um it was always just really funny. And then one day I posted a video of the rocket launch or something that was happening when I was still in the production, and it was with like a new, oh, what was it? It was like one of the first times a new method was used in the launch, so that, and it was like this very particular launch where a new method was used to not only launch it, but then like to bring the boosters back down on the ground. It's not new anymore. This was a while ago, but you could actually like see that and watch it happen. So I recorded it and I posted it on like an Instagram story, and he was like, oh my god, that's freaking amazing that you can just watch that. It was really sweet. Ooh, today's fun fact is related to the eclipse, where it's out of pure coincidence that the moon is 400 times smaller than the sun, but also happens to be 400 times closer to us, so they are almost exactly the same size. Oh yeah, that's a really good point. I've never thought about what a crazy coincidence that is, that they appear to be the same size in the sky. I love it though. That's amazing. That means eclipses would be like way less dramatic if the sun was much bigger, right? Or way more dramatic if it was smaller. Could be, could be. That's wild and serendipitous. Okay. Rick, how much of the eclipse are you seeing in Finland? Or are you seeing any of it? You might be like out of its range, right? Just realized I don't actually know. Typical American not paying attention to anything else. That's what I do. 0, it'll be dark soon. Damn, that sucks. Aw. Okay, I do want this to be a teeny bit shorter. I guess it's a good thing we got like Twitch and stuff though. Like how you're watching it from Mexico. Or like, yeah. Watching a Mexican feed. Or it's not even a Mexican feed. You know what I'm saying? The NASA feed in Mexico, Twitch, you know what I'm saying. Christ. Alright, I think the calf needs to be shorter. Alright, I think I found my new nemesis on the leg. It's the calf muscle. I think that's it. Also, the foot looks a little weird. Also, the moon is so much more useful than the sun because the moon gives light during the night, whereas the sun is only out during the day when it's light out anyways. Doesn't the moon also, like, tides and stuff are a result of the moon? That seems pretty important. Although, okay, wait, now I'm saying this out loud. What would happen if we didn't have tides? How would that change the ocean's ecosystem, I wonder? I also remember, okay, there was a time, this was a very, and I mean very, cursory, surface level research thing I was doing for a project one time. It was for actually like a visual development, like animation project I was kind of messing around with. And it was like, what would happen if the moon like blew up or disappeared, or like for some reason the moon was just gone? And I remember reading about how like the gravity that we interact with the moon there affects even like how quickly Earth rotates, or like how quickly we revolve around the sun, something like that. So that if the moon was gone, it was like over the course of decades or millennia, we would eventually like lengthen our days, and like our years would become longer, and it would like change the clock of the Earth essentially. This was like 4 years ago. But like, look it up. It's fascinating. It will kind of lead you down a rabbit hole. It's cool. Okay, let's just draw like, I just want toes. I just want some toes. That's fine. We'll get rid of this. Boom. Let's give this line, yeah, a bit more of that. Cool. I'll call that one done. I know that was such useful information for everybody, but I don't know, if you're that interested, you can Google it. It's very interesting to see how the moon affects the Earth's path. Tides help stabilize the climate. Oh, there you go. Okay, so without tides, the temperatures in different places would be far more extreme. Oh, that's true. Okay, for a separate project, I've been currently looking up stuff about how can the world's climate change in different ways, and one thing I was reading about was ocean currents. So that makes sense. It's like if currents were to suddenly like change direction or like flip or crash into each other or whatever, that would like crazily affect everything else around the world, which I also thought was crazy. Well, the Earth is slowing down. Oh yeah, I did know that. By what, 2.3 milliseconds per century. So technically it would eventually stop spinning, though I think the sun explodes first. Yeah. I did know that. I wasn't sure by how much or anything. But it's a cool phenomenon. Alright, we're getting into some foreshortening, sort of. Foreshortening kicks my butt. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so the knee we're gonna think of as like a block. Yeah. So if that's the knee, this is like the bottom, and this is where this goes. Which we will not foreshorten. Can I fit this in here? That'd be really great. That'd be really great if I could. Maybe not. Okay. And there are tides on the moon too. Oh, I guess that would make sense because it's interacting probably with us, right? On Earth. Tides on the moon too, though it's more like squeezing a balloon full of sand rather than water. Oh. So it's not as noticeable, although still measurable with lasers and stuff. Okay, here's why that also makes sense. Or like, I can relate that to something else I've read recently. I want to read Dune, the classic sci-fi novel that the new films are based on. And I started it a while ago, like a long time ago, fell off it. Not because I disliked it, but just like, you know, when life gets busy and then you don't read a book for a while, and much like a video game, you almost feel like you need to restart it. You know what I mean? To like remember what was going on and like the nuances of it all. So, started reading Dune. Fascinated with what Frank Herbert was doing, especially in the 60s, like when sci-fi was really just kind of finding its footing. And found out about how much research he did for the book, particularly with fluid dynamics and sciences having to do with the ocean. And there was like a particular phenomenon in Oregon when he lived there where like there was like a crazy sand dune thing that happened, I guess, in the 60s or 50s or something in Oregon that helped inspired Dune. And it was like the way the sand works on Arrakis is directly inspired by the way our ocean works, and how he like studied the similar patterns that the ocean has in the Oregon sand dunes when he lived there, something like that. And it was quite interesting. So it's funny to hear that sand on the moon is kind of going through a similar thing. I have a bone to pick with Dune? Tell me. Maybe the Dust Bowl. It wasn't quite the Dust Bowl. It was a very specific phenomenon that happened in Oregon. And they were called like the Oregon Sand Dunes or something. But the Dust Bowl I think was a bit further back in the 30s. But I also want to hear your bone that you gotta pick with Dune. Would you recommend the book? I'm curious. Or is it a bone with the movies? Okay. We're gonna go ahead and fix up this leg. Although there's not really much to fix up on it. That's kind of nice. Okay, I want this to feel slanted though. Yeah, we could fix that though. It feels too flat. That's what we're trying to avoid with these. We don't want things to feel stiff or flat. Maybe by raising this up. Yeah, that's a bit better. And then maybe, okay, hold on. Hear me out. Bring this down. Boom. Then this. We've done it. There you go. That feels way better. Okay. Well, Dune was hyped as, oh my god, the world building. And I'm like, what world building? All they do is make sandcastles on that one planet and refer to planets in the sci-fi world outside. That would be so much more amazing. Okay, here's why people say that. And again, I say this as a non-book reader, but I drank a bit of the Kool-Aid when I started reading about his research. It is like 10,000 years of lore that leads up to the book, and the book explains like this much of it. I'm not saying that's right or wrong, because like I totally see where you're coming from, and let me tell you what, Alex isn't here today, but if Alex was here today, he'd be giving you the clap, and like the clap emoji is what I meant, but I just realized how that sounded like coming out. He would 100% agree with you. He hates the pacing. He does not think the world building's all that interesting. And we've talked at length about it, and I respect his opinion. I respect where he's coming from. But I've also watched too many video essays about it now to agree. But I do get it, because he's... Boy, have we talked about it at length. And yes, I 100% see where he's coming from. It's very funny, though, because in the meantime... Oh, hi, Jim! What's up? Happy Monday? It's very funny, though, because in the meantime, my father-in-law, so his dad, and me, loved the films. And his dad was like a fan of the book when it first came out. Happy Sad Monday. Is there a particular reason why it's sad? Sorry, my squirrel brain's going all over the place. Yeah, his dad also read the books when they like first came out. And so it like revolutionized sci-fi like back in the day too. That's probably a reason why he also might like it, which I fully acknowledge. I get. And okay, I can see how cool it would be to have all these different house histories and other plot lines culminate to a final showdown on something as, I guess, ordinary as one planet. And I'd love that if it was, oh yeah, like if it was done right, but it wasn't earned in the trilogy at all. I can see where you're coming from. I can take that. I disagree, but I get it. I love the first movie though. Haven't seen the second yet, but looking forward to it. Might be the one of the movie. Sorry, my fucking Monday brain, dude. Haven't seen the second yet, but looking forward to it. Might be the one time the movies are better than the books. Oh, interesting. Okay, and that's the biggest insult as a reader I can bestow. Yeah, that's definitely an interesting take. Yeah, let me tell you. I wonder if Alex would agree with you there. I think Alex disliked the movie so much, I don't think he'd even bother to read the book. But I'm gonna tell him what you said, Rick, and he's gonna be like... Monday is just sad. Yeah, it can be. That's part of the reason why I actually stream on Monday is because, like, my streams are, like, talking to y'all is kind of like a pick-me-up. Or, like, doing... Also, like, art on a stream kind of, like, forces me to work more. And that's also really nice. Alright, cool. Another one. Alright, can we fit this in here? That'd be nice. Nah, oh, what do I do? We still gotta fit quite a few more. I think I'll make these guys shorter. This is another beautiful thing I used to struggle with traditional sketching is like, oh, where do I fit it? And they used to overlap like this, which sometimes is a look. Sometimes it's super cool. But sometimes when you're studying, that's not what you want at all. Okay, I will say about Dune. Well, I'm thinking about it. I enjoyed the first movie. The only complaint. Uh oh. Oh, I'm sorry. Twitch was just being weird. It just disconnected and reconnected, but no dropped frames. Odd. Okay, well. Anyways, Dune. Um, I saw the first film in IMAX. I have not seen the second yet. Want to. Plan on doing it soon, actually, with some friends. I saw it in IMAX, and that might have been a mistake, because visually was a good time. However, it was so loud. It was so loud. I now have to bring earplugs to every IMAX film I go to. And I haven't regretted it since Dune. Dune warned me. And every time I go to IMAX now, I'm like, I'm glad I brought earplugs. It was so loud I couldn't enjoy the film as much. Because it just hurt my head. I actually actively got a headache while in the theaters. Which is like, I don't know. I just thought it was an unpleasant experience. Maybe I'm just like fucking old? I don't know. I didn't like it. Why is IMAX louder? It is at least here. Yeah, it's like you get a significantly bigger screen, and it's supposed to be like really high resolution, so it's just like peak visual quality. But then also they say it's supposed to have better audio. Like some movies are actually apparently mixed better for an IMAX setting or not an IMAX setting. So they say it's like the ultimate experience. But on top of it, it's just louder. Like the speaker systems will work differently than in your average movie theater. Oh my god, dude. They're so freaking loud. Like they're so freaking loud. It was unpleasant. And I say this as somebody who's like, I was a professional musician. I've played in all kinds of concerts. I've been to concerts. I've even been in a 450 person marching band where they shoved us all into a room to record something. Do you know how loud 450 people are playing as loud as they can? It's insane. And like, I don't know, I think IMAX was the worst. It was the worst. Okay, I do want to see the bottom of this. So like even I saw Oppenheimer in IMAX this summer when that first came out, and my husband and I, we were like, we're bringing earplugs. We've learned our lesson, right? We're doing this. And we were the only ones in our group that brought earplugs. And the two of us didn't regret anything. And everyone else by the end of it was like, yeah, it was good. My ears are kind of ringing. And I was like, yeah. The word deafening comes to mind. You would be accurate. It's quite a loud experience, and I still think IMAX beats it a bit. It's just insane, dude. All right, let's kind of have this leg. Can we come out like that? Okay, this is a bit of a different way to construct legs, so let's give this guy some space, and we're going to try to figure this out. I think the loudest things I've experienced was an air show and a Formula 1 race. Those would also be... God, those would be up there, wouldn't they? Especially an air show. I haven't been to an air show, but I feel like, yeah. Engines like that, plane engines in general. Like even just whenever I go on a flight sometimes and you sit too close to the back. Or the plane is really small. I wear noise canceling headphones for that. But that's more so just so like I am comfortable for like a 4-hour plane ride. You know what I mean? I'd just rather be comfortable. Okay, let's start figuring out this guy, huh? Let's get the rib cage built up a bit more. This guy also has the leg up a bit higher, so maybe what we'll do is kind of start building that on a different layer. Just so we can see that a bit better. Do Americans talk to each other on planes like strangers? I think it happens. I think on every flight I've been on, I've seen it happen. But most of the time it's like out of the whole plane, it's like two people are talking to each other and a lot of people can hear their conversation but don't necessarily want to. Like a lot of people you will see just like put in headphones or they're reading. They just kind of want to like be by themselves. Even like when I sit next to people that I know, if we speak, it's just like hush hush or like, I don't know, we're listening to like an audiobook together or something like that. But for the most part, no, I don't think they talk to each other. It's considered a little... Okay, maybe it's not considered weird, but it's not normal. I actually thought I was going deaf after a rap concert. Yeah, I could imagine. Some more like popular or like mainstream concerts like that, those get freaking loud. Never been to one ever since. Yeah. Does that level of sound also make you uncomfortable, Jim? Because it does for me. Like, I totally feel that. If I go to a concert now, or like a movie theater, anything, I have these special earplugs I got for musicians to protect their ears. And I always carry them with me in a pocket or something, just in case I need to pull them out. Just a few seconds now in Mexico? Okay, never mind. Oh, wait, you mean the eclipse is happening? It was 10 minutes. The Zoom got me excited way too early. Dang. That's funny. I kind of wanted to get out after the first song. Yeah, dude, Jim, I'm there. I understand. Because that's how I felt in Dune, where like I was enjoying the film. I was enjoying it, but also I was like, my ears hurt so bad. I almost felt the need to like... I think at one point my husband actually did like cover his ears at a particularly loud part because it was just so... It was so bombastic. I couldn't believe it. But like we were also enjoying the film and like with friends. Like what are we going to do? Walk out? I mean, I guess we could, but like, I don't know. I didn't want to miss the film either. It was just an odd situation. Okay, how do I want to do this? Maybe this would be like stretched in this direction. No, I don't know if it would. Let's just start drawing the knee in and we'll see what happens. Yeah, so we have this square. We got this. Yeah, it's not bad. After the whole concert, I couldn't understand a single word my friend was saying. That's the worst. See, and like, I know that makes me sound kind of old, right? But like, I don't know. It's hard for me to enjoy that kind of environment. And maybe that's because I'm my little like tea drinker, book reader vibe that I have. But I don't know. If they literally just turned the volume down like this much, I'd probably enjoy it more. By the way, I'm 200 pages into Gideon the Ninth. Yay! And I'm bought into the story now. Yay! I'm glad to hear it. What is happening around page 200? You're like, what, a third? A third or a half through, about? Yeah, I'm glad it got better. That's such a good book. Is that what I want to show? Not too much, not too much. God, you guys ever like haven't drawn in a while and then you're like, I feel rusty? This is where I am right now. Yeah, that's good. We'll draw the foot. The big toe goes there. All right, the torso needs some help. Oh, I forgot that's on another layer. Crap. They finally started working together on solving the mystery at the place, okay, where all the necromancers got summoned to. That's a very nice spoiler-free description. Thank you. My hands are rust. I feel that sentiment so much. That is cool. I'm glad. That means you've met most of the cast, which is also a fun time. Okay, let's start cleaning this up, huh? Combine these. Oh, layers. There we go. I'm glad they're at least partially over the I hate you, no I hate you thing from the beginning. That was so tiresome. Okay, you know what's funny? I remember thinking that too, but I was also so in love with the prose and the author's style of writing that I started looking into it way more. Like, there has to be a reason behind this, right? Everything else about this is so good and enjoyable that, like, the author has to be making this decision deliberately for a reason. And I can tell you right now, from the very first chapter of that book, literally everything she says is planned or foreshadowed for something. And I even mean there are things written in this book that seem like one-off jokes that will mean something in the second and third books, and you will only understand it or like catch some of them on rereads. It's like, it's fascinating, but it's very well thought out. And if something seems tiresome or kind of annoying, there's a reason it's there, and you can probably like sleuth it out a little bit. Interesting, I found the writing annoying and pretentious at first. Yeah, there's a reason. There's a reason for that too. And you will see the voices also change greatly between the 3 books. And there's a reason for that too. Like, I'm beyond native in my English and I found it a struggle. Some people do just feel that way too. Some people think her writing is a little too purple, which I personally don't. But, like, I understand where people see that. It's the same as, like, people kind of argue about, like, Lord of the Rings, right? And, like, how that goes. I don't really like the way that looks. We're gonna change this. We're gonna change this. I want to erase some of this. But yeah, you'll definitely see the tone of the books evolve and change style and such like that, and there is a reason for it. None of the books are the same. If you did decide to go read the sequel, it's gonna feel different. It's a vastly different experience, which might be a good thing or a bad thing, but just like to warn you, it's wild. I felt like, oh sorry, I missed a message, hold on. I felt like that created a false plot before the actual plot could kick in. Yeah, I think I know exactly what you mean by that. And a lot of the terms and stakes of the world were never explained. I felt confused and frustrated. Yeah, a lot of that does take some reading between the lines, and it's because it sets up for stuff later. But you're right, it's definitely not like super clear in the beginning. And part of that is because, like, okay, to give you some warning, it's because the Gideon as a narrator or protagonist is kind of an idiot, because she's like a jock. Like, that's her stereotype. She's like a jock idiot who just wants her freedom and wants to get out and join the military, and is like, fuck all this. I hate it here, get me out. Like that high schooler that's like, I just can't wait to leave home and move. And so like that's her. And so she doesn't like give a shit. So like even when people are having important conversations that maybe Hera would be a little more like, oh, what was that? I'm gonna go and listen in. Gideon's just like, whatever. And she turns the other way. But that conversation might be covered in a future book somehow. Or like, yeah, it's just wild. You'll find everything out. But something that is funny is The protagonists in all the books have wildly different goals. So that's also a fun time. Hi, Chillax! New here. You're the first one here. How are you doing? Happy Monday? Alright, we're just gonna like block in a super basic head. I could also just talk about books for days in general. So I need to tone it down. Or maybe not. If you guys are into it, I just know I can get overzealous and too excited about stuff. Oh, 2 minutes in Mexico. That's exciting. Resting and thinking of publishing a book. Are you writing a book? Hey, I can keep talking about books. If y'all don't mind. Okay, something I do see here. I do want this. We're gonna bring it up and over. Yeah, what kind of book you thinking about writing or publishing? Gosh, that would be a fun goal. I'm not gonna lie, I think I'd like to do that one day. Takes a lot of time and effort though, that's for damn sure. Okay, that's a little too much. Okay, this doesn't show... Yeah, too much going on down here. Okay. I have the best book ever. It's called 365 Days. Ooh, okay. Tell me more. Or don't if you want. Because also, if you want to keep it to yourself before you publish, I totally get that. I have so many book ideas, not so great on the disciplined writing part. I know, it's so tough. That's what I struggle with too. I have a couple of projects on Scrivener, and it's especially tough for me because I tend to combine my writing projects as also like visual development projects and like things I can make art for. Which is a blessing and a curse, because like maybe I could do both, right? I could even like make the cover for it, or maybe the art will help me ideate more and have more information for the characters, or potentially even marketing or whatever. I don't know. I find like sometimes the two crafts will help inform each other's storytelling, and then combining them helps. But also I get so distracted because if I want to focus on the writing, right, and having like the prose be good and interesting and fundamentally sound, that's its own separate discipline that takes so much time and effort. And then also painting and drawing and designing is a separate discipline that takes so much time and effort. So sometimes splitting my time, what do they say? Makes me the jack of all trades, master of none. I'll get there one day. One day we get there. You give anything enough time. I learned that on my music degree. Okay, that's not bad. I do want to add some thicker lines up there. Alright, that's not bad. Oh, well, Rick, you're gonna love 365 Days. Oh, buy empty book. Oh, so you're gonna publish an empty book. Make sure you write your day, but with the big but, don't type like, today I went. Instead, type on this day 4 years ago and type a random name. Decided to do and type what you do today. Oh, like an advanced planner almost. I guess, you know, there's a lot you could actually do with that. That's funny. You know, honestly though, I see books like that published all the time. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to like a Barnes and Noble, right? And I've seen that sort of book. Okay, now that I'm looking at this, this is feeling well. Okay, hold on. It feels a little small, but it's because the perspective's weird. I need it to feel like it's going this way in space. You know what I mean? Like behind me. And honestly, maybe some of that's just because it's so dark. Like shaded's fine, but the lines are kind of like, yeah. The lines are a little dark. Yeah, that helps. And we'll bring this forward. That might be a bit too dark. Whoopsies. Yeah, it's fine. That's fine. Have you thought of doing a picture book? I actually have. That's one of the reasons I really want to kind of further develop stories I'm writing, potentially with paintings too, because I've thought about publishing like art of books for personal projects. Um, yeah, and then, or even just making a art of book for my own personal work in general, and then some of that stuff could be included in it as like its own separate chapters, and then I could have other chapters for like, you know, sketches and daily work and that sort of thing. That would be cool. There's a lot of ways it can go. It's just like I need to have enough work and also an audience to like produce it and then have it be worth producing. So a lot of this is like really long-term goal stuff, but here's hoping. That'd be awesome. Also, you can create a story. Also could create a story, but I'm so tired. Yeah, I feel that. It takes so much mental effort. For me, the best books was before, oh, like the choose your own destiny, choose your own adventure books. Yeah, that always makes me think of like the Goosebumps books as a kid. Did anyone else do those? I know there are others too, but all right, which one do we want to do next? We'll do this guy kind of leaning over the side. That's way too drastic. And okay, they're doing boxes. I'm changing things. I'm gonna do my ovals, my little beans, if you will, and my boxes for the pelvis, just because that's what I've learned. I'm here to improve construction, and I'm constructing. Damn it! I will extrapolate what information I can. So if you publish a book, am I gonna get one first since I was your number one stalker here? You know, okay, that does make me think maybe we could do like a giveaway if that ever happened. That would be fun or something like that. You guys would definitely be the first to know if anything like that happens. But that is a very far ways away. Although, it is kind of funny we're talking about this because I did do some work on Blender this morning. And I know I've been talking about doing environment stuff on here because I've mostly done characters and like figuring out my painting process with the goddamn files that I corrupted on Photoshop with the vampire man. But now I have some ideas for environment stuff, and I started making a mock-up of like an old thing I did on Blender that I'm gonna do lines for, and I'm thinking paint on here. I'm hoping this week. That'd be great. No promises, but if we could do that, damn, that'd be nice. Okay, let's get the arms. It's kind of like inspired by punk, grunge, like not cyberpunk, but more like steampunk probably is the most apt description, but also has magic and elves in it. I don't really know how to describe it without going into like a full-blown elevator pitch, but it's environment stuff I'm doing for that, and they're like elvish gunslingers essentially doing like military recon in a big steampunk city. So that's my elevator pitch, I guess. That's kind of the environment stuff I'm thinking about doing on stream, is just some line work for that sort of thing. I started it a while ago, and then I got sick, as I've mentioned before on stream. I got sick last summer. That was not a lot of fun. Had to stop art for a while, and since then it's been hard to dive back into that, just for like the, I don't know, I was in like a weird like mental place whenever that was going down, so it's been hard just to get back into. But now, as I'm like thinking about it, I'm kind of pumped to get back to it. So I'm thinking that's on the horizon. Gosh, I always like 3/4 views are like so tough for me. I don't know why. Just placing them. Once I place them, it's fine, but that sounds awesome. Yay, thank you. I'm glad you think so. There's a movie on Netflix that lets you choose how the plot progresses. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. I was at Netflix whenever they were developing that, and I forget the name, but I remember it being talked about. Or rather, a Black Mirror episode. Black Mirror. Oh, Bandersnatch. Interesting. I do know Netflix was at least talking about doing stuff like that. It's a new media form that some people are starting to, like, tinker with or just kind of, like, fund more. I don't know how much traction it'll still get, because we all know how fickle the film industry is with its executives right now, but who knows? Okay, are you interested in Choose Your Own Adventure game? And you too, Alyssa, we talk on Discord one day and play that. Oh, you mean like on the stream? Yeah, we could totally do that on stream. There's, I've been playing some Baldur's Gate chillax, which like, I know is, well, it's kind of Choose Your Own Adventure, kind of not. The RPG element in Baldur's Gate changes the game a lot. Oh, wait a minute. It sounds cool, but I don't really have much free time until later in the year. Do you mean like us making our own game or playing? Making a game would be a lot. That's a hefty ask. and I already am in the thick of it. But as far as playing games like that on stream and like having y'all's input for that, yeah, we could definitely do stuff like that. Baldur's Gate's already sort of in that vein, and I hope people are having a good time with it. Some chaos is ensued, I feel like, each time. Can we play on Saturday? Unfortunately, weekends are really tough for me, but whenever I stream, I mean, you know the stream schedule. If anyone's curious, it's !schedule. Yeah, it's every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and then I try to fit in what I can. Yeah, let's see. What do I do with the arms? But yeah, I'd say Baldur's Gate's probably already in that vein. And then there's some games like that I want to play. Scarlet Hollow is one I'm really interested in. I don't know if that's like even known by a lot of people here, but Scarlet Hollow is a good one. Or it seems good. It seems cute. A little bit horror, a little bit like the endings are all different based on what you do sort of thing. Okay, that leg. That leg's a bit thick, isn't it? I hope people are enjoying Baldur's Gate on stream. It's cool if you don't. I understand that game's not for everybody, but it's... God, it's one of my favorites. I'm having a good time with it. How do I want to do this? This is getting a little wonky. Let's fix the leg situation going on. I think it's too thick and too long. Oh yeah, I saw the described as cozy horror. I love those streams. Oh, good! I'm glad. And yeah, okay, cozy horror for Scarlet Hollow seems pretty apt from what I've seen. I looked up Scarlet Hollow and it looks like it's gonna be fun. Oh, cool. Okay, maybe I'll do that one day on stream then. I'm glad I asked you guys because I was definitely like, I was this close to playing it the other day, and just loading up the screen and seeing the art and the music, I was like, maybe I should wait. Maybe I should wait because I feel like it'd be fun to get y'all's input to make decisions and see what happens. But then I didn't know if like people would even care to see it or not. So then I was like, oh, maybe I'll just do it anyway. I don't know. So yeah, then I'll wait for that for sure. Freaking love cozy horror streams, dude. They're so much fun. Okay, the hips and the legs are getting a little out of control. I gotta figure that out. And it's probably because they... Oh, I see. They did them a little bit different. We'll fix them after. We'll fix it in post. As one does, we fix it in post. It's fine. Because right now these are way too long, but I just need the shapes down. Yeah, and it's like the hips are too wide. You know what I mean? Like, if here's the hip bone, I mean, maybe they do just have wide hips, right? But that wasn't what I was going for, and I want to learn control. we're here for controlled construction. So what would that look like? It'd probably be higher up, further in. I see now why the reference was the way it was. Because if I'm continuing with the box, this would have to be like... We assume this is here. The leg would have to be here. Okay. I'm getting it. We're slowly understanding. And by we, I mean I. I'm gonna create the first paper game, Meet the Jungle. Then my future wife, she doesn't know that future... Create PC platform game. Little peek that they're gonna be like 100 animals you need to unlock. Minimum 10 you have the chance to be pets. You can have a... Oh wow, so it's like a full-on like jungle, like building a shelter in the jungle type of thing. That's cool. I feel like some people... Jungle is a genre that I feel like some people are really into. And the way that... Like, okay, I love like gothic and cosmic horror, some of my favorites. Jungle vibe, that's a vibe. I also feel like pirate is one. I'm not as into pirate. Jungle Expedition, yeah, that's sick. I'm not as into pirate as some people, but I know like that is up there for some. I think my husband is one that might really dig the pirate vibe. And I'm not anti-pirate either, but like, let's just say whenever it's time for Ren Fair and there's Pirate Week, I'm less into Pirate Week. I'm more into Fantasy Week. I love me some pirates, yeah. I know, so many people love the pirates, and I'm not anti-pirate. I just want to make that clear right now. It's just not my fave. The Rock. The Rock's gonna be the model for the protagonist of the game Chillax is making. How you cute papayas doing? Hi, Miley's! Happy Monday. I hope you're doing well. Happy Eclipse Day to everybody too. I wanted to ask you about your husband. About Alex? What about him? He's not here right now. I think he's... God bless him. He is in the thick throes of a work week that I think is kind of kicking his ass. We've all been there. It just sucks because it's like Monday. His week just started and he's already like, I'm so stressed out. I wanted to be a pirate when I was a kid. That's cute. That's so cute. Okay. He's just kind of got his hand like resting here. So we're gonna, yep, that's fine. Although that makes his wrist look broken. We're gonna fix that. I am more for demonology, but okay. Where is he? He's working right now. He might have the stream on, but like, yeah, he's in the throes of work. Work is crazy busy right now. Tell Alex to watch Black Sails if he hasn't and is into pirates. Oh yeah, I don't think he has. It's like Game of Thrones, but with pirates. But despite its awesomeness, it seems to have gone, oh, under everyone's radar. I'll totally tell him that because yeah, if anything, mainstream TV and in culture has disappointed us a lot lately. So we have not heard of it, and I will definitely let him know. Black Sails. Is it a TV show? I'm assuming you say it's like Game of Thrones. That makes me think TV for some, but I think pirates are still going strong with One Piece. Dude, okay, One Piece is one of those things that it's like that meme. I don't know much about One Piece, and at this point I'm afraid to ask kind of deal. I feel like One Piece was around and popular when I first got into anime, and I don't want to date myself, but let me tell you, that was a long time ago. And the fact that it still pops up on my Reddit front page is astounding. I'm impressed, honestly. Let's have this be thick, but not that thick, you know what I mean? Maybe bring it up. Have this be rounder. Okay, we gotta fix this, but there's something here. There's something here. Okay. One Piece is still the most popular animes in Korea. That doesn't surprise me in the slightest. It seems so popular and loved. And I have no opinion on it because I literally just know what the characters look like from Reddit posts. That's it. That's the extent of my knowledge on One Piece. I don't even know if the main character is called Luffy or Luffy. I got no clue. Is that even the main character? I don't know. All right, let's draw this guy's feet. I do think... Okay, hold up. The length of this needs to change. Because it needs to be further back. This does need to be a tad longer. Because the feet are going to be different. Does anybody here watch One Piece, or are we just talking about how popular it is? Because I'll tell you what, knowing nothing about it, it do seem popular. I don't think anyone can deny that. Okay, we gotta have the side foot here. Bit of the toes. We'll fix that, don't worry. Oh wait, sorry. I'm trying to see what was the last message I read. Oh. Yes, from 2014. This is for Black Sails. And it has one of my man crush actors as Captain Charles Vane. Zach, is it McGowan? Interesting. I don't think I've heard of him. He could ask me to do anything with that grovelly voice of his and I'd do it. That's hilarious. I'd be super curious to see what he thinks of it. I'll let him know. I don't watch it or care about it either. Yeah, that's how I am. I respect it from the sidelines. And I'm just like, yeah, you keep doing your thing, One Piece, go. So I'm the only one who's not interested in pirates. No, I mean, I'm not interested in pirates either. I get it. Yeah, and thank you for lurking. I appreciate even the lurks, guys. It's super nice. You guys don't have to choose to be here, but you do. And I'm flattered every time. Something's wrong with this leg. And I just think it's like a size thing. God, proportions are on legs, man. That is tough. I think this needs to come down. Yeah, because even in the reference, I'm trying to like do construction, right? But these seem like pretty equal. And then the feet seem at even a greater distance, but this is fine. And we're gonna do the foreshortening here a little different too, I think. Which is fine. It's fine. We haven't drawn a real hand in a while. Hope all that hand practice doesn't go to waste. What about Lovecraftian horror? Love it. Any other fans here for that? I love Lovecraftian and cosmic horror. Wish the author himself wasn't so vocal on certain things. I also realize it's a bit of a product at the time, but it still sucks. But I love the genre itself. It's great. Alright, let's get this guy cleaned up. Yeah, and we'll fix some of this. I feel like I want his torso to be longer. Maybe they just have a short torso. I don't know. Okay, and if this is attached here, I do want to get in the habit of like remembering things I learned previously. It's like this stuff. That's fine. My fave board game of all time is Arkham Horror. Oh, I haven't played that one, but I see it a lot in stores I shop at. It's like a team investigative Lovecraftian horror one. That's cool. There's so many board games that we want to play. Actually, a really close friend of ours is super into board games. I'd say that's like one of his main hobbies now. He's been getting more into it over the last few years. And we now often get together for like a board game night, which is really cool. We used to only get together for D&D, but now it's like D&D sometimes, board games other nights, just because it's easy to, you know, drive over and do that. But yeah, Arkham Knight is not one we've gotten to quite yet. I would like to though. I also really love it's not quite Lovecraftian horror, but I do love betrayal games. Like I have the Betrayal at Baldur's Gate, and then we've played Betrayal at the House on the Hill. That's also just, I love those. I'd love to have a group to do board game nights with, especially the nerd ones like Arkham Horror. Yeah, it's one of the reasons it's really tough for us to move right now. But like, I think we're talking about it pretty officially. Like, I think it's only a matter of time with certain things going on in our lives right now. But like, yeah, it's so hard to move away from like a good friend group that you feel like you can open up to with that sort of thing. It's tough. Our plan is whenever that does happen, we're gonna use our dog to try to make new friends. Because apparently, like, making friends at a dog park, we seem to have pretty good luck with. Or just, like, when our puppy is around. He makes friends for us. Or, like, people come over and like, oh my god, your dog! Or he'll play with other dogs, and then we talk to that dog's owner, and then become friends that way. Like, that's happened more than once. So right now, that's our plan. Whenever we relocate, and we need to find more, like, in-person, you know, shenanigans. There's a lot of websites now that you can play board games on with friends for a monthly fee. Oh, okay, it's not the same, of course. But yeah, that's true. I also know there's, like, Tabletop Simulator, right? Can't you play a lot of games on that? Like, I know we'll still play games online. This is the same group I also sometimes play Lethal Company with. Which is also just, like, a freaking fun time, dude. I still love Lethal Company. That's a good game. Yeah, I think my best dating strategy is getting a dog. It is, though. The dogs will make friends for you. It's absolutely lovely how much easier they make the process. There's even like a neighbor down the road that um we've slowly become friends with just because they don't even have a dog, but they no, they do. But we run into them when we're walking our dog and they're just like they're getting home and so they're like coming out of their car or something and they say hi to Percy and there was like, oh my gosh, it's so nice to see another puppy around. And then we just slowly start talking about D&D, and so now we know each other as like the D&D couples on the street. And then like a few weeks ago they even just gave us minis because they had extras and we were like, what? We should exchange numbers. It's so hard for adults to like find other adults into this sort of thing. At least in my area too. You have to imagine I'm in Florida. And Florida be tough. Yeah, Florida be tough. Okay, what are we working on? Let's shrink this guy here. Let's shrink this guy. Let's move him down here. How many we got? We got 3 more? That's not bad. Oh, it's only been an hour and a half. We're good. Yeah, same concept as Tabletop Sim. But the one I'm thinking of, oh, lets you try out new games too that people have designed and you can give feedback to the makers. That's cool. It's like a service for the makers too, where the website converts their stuff into an online usable form for a fee if the makers want it. That's really neat. That's really, yeah, that's interesting. There's another streamer that I watch pretty regularly and he's currently designing his own game and I think is starting to open it for public playtests through like his own Discord. And I wonder if he's doing it through the website you're talking about. It lets a lot of people get into board game making without getting stuck on manufacturing. Oh, interesting. So do they provide kind of like they're the middleman for the manufacturing process? Because then that's probably not what he's using. He's made other things before. Like he's a graphic designer and he's done a lot of like personal work and merchandise and such too. So I think he's got his own like printers and shippers that he, or not shippers, distributors that he works with and has done that in the past. But that's really cool for people who just like have an idea, they want to get it off the ground. They don't want to have to learn all these extra, you know, skill sets or all this extra jargon, legalities, whatever. Okay, I do know if anything, I think I tend to make these too wide. And this should be deeper as well. I am still changing the shapes. I got my construction method. I'm sticking with it, damn it. No, it's more like if you just give them the designs and stuff. Okay, yeah, they code and animate it. Oh, I see. So that you can play it on the website. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Wow, that is really cool. So that is a good resource for people who just like want to make something and have it available. That's neat. Let's, yeah, tilt this a bit more. I think having this here really helps me kind of guesstimate where the legs should be. So be coming out that way. It's gonna face up towards us. Yeah, this guy probably then, I think he's wanting to see if he's going to actually like manufacture a box game that he can sell, as well as have it maybe on Tabletop Sim. He's done a lot of testing on Tabletop Sim with like, I think, close friends of his, but then he's designed a lot of his own assets custom and then is thinking about getting them like physically made with some manufacturers he's worked with before and doing that. Yeah, so probably just like a little bit different. But that's really neat. I've long thought about designing my own board game in an RPG, but ain't nobody got time for that. That's cool though. What kind of board game or RPG would you want to design? Like, I've been thinking of a mini RPG of a murder mystery. That's fun. That would work with a far more limited set of rules. That's fun. You should let me know if you start working on anything like that. That is very exciting. I know what you mean by the whole ain't nobody got time for that, because it's just like, I don't know, when you're a creative person, you'll have so many ideas and it's very difficult to find the time for it, or even maybe the energy to acquire the skills or all the knowledge you want for that, like to make it proper. I know that often happens to me. That often happens to me. Okay, this guy might need to be moved up. Move it on up. You know what's something else I saw? Okay, I started looking at some board games actually to buy for a vacation I'm going on kind of soon eventually. And I went down like a board game rabbit hole and I found that there are board games for like murder mysteries for dinner parties. Sometimes they're themed, sometimes they're like vampire themed, or for Halloween parties or Christmas parties or whatever. And it's like, actually, wait, now that I think about it, I think this has been done in The Office before. You know that episode of The Office where Michael Scott like talks in a southern accent and he's all like, I do declare, and he like passes out these like profiles to people so that they all are like a certain southerner at like this murder mystery thing. It's kind of like that, where like as people come in as dinner guests, you all role play a murder mystery and try to solve a crime together, but someone there is the bad guy. And I just never thought about doing that myself, but now I can't stop thinking about hosting a Halloween party where we all dress up and someone's the murderer and we gotta figure it out. Yeah, honestly, my dream job is to be the money man that funds all sorts of cool projects for actual talented artists to make. That's really cool. Rick, if you ever get there, I can tell you right now, a lot of creatives would kill to work with somebody as open-minded as you. And just to help those projects like get off the ground. I know I've talked about this at length with friends. I'm not sure if I have with or like on stream rather, but I think that's one of the reasons Baldur's Gate is such a great game, is because the CEO Sven is also a creative himself who helps with the writing process and lets the creatives do what they want to do. It's just it's an all-around understanding, like compassionate ecosystem, it seems, where it's not just the execs like pushing for money, but he wants the creatives to do what they're there to do. And that's just, man, it's great. It's great. It's probably why the game turned out to be the way it did. There's a Korean TV show similar to what you said called Crime Scene. That's fun. Like in that way of it's like a murder mystery dinner party. That's just such a fun vibe. And especially if you could do it IRL. And do it with like a close group of friends and have everybody kind of like role play it. That's just a good time, man. If anybody knows that kind of game I'm talking about, and they've done one, or they know one that's supposed to be good, please send it to me. Because I want to do that one day. And like I said, this was cursory, like going down the rabbit hole. Oh, what is this? Whoops. But, hold on. I just got an auto mod thing. Here we go. Got it. um, but yeah, if anyone knows of any good games like that, I would love to try it. Anything I found going down the rabbit hole was like, didn't have a ton of reviews, or I didn't know if I should trust it or not. So I don't know. Didn't put too much Creed into it. But man, it'd be cool to do. How do I want to do this? Definitely gonna shrink this guy down. Yeah, and then honestly, like, maybe his legs could be a bit longer. Let's try that one more time. Shrink. Bring up. Make this leg maybe a bit longer. Maybe not. Maybe not. Like, I'd love to fund a stop motion or claymation animation studio to make a movie and basically go, here's some money, make a cool movie, I trust you guys, and then just F off to do some marketing for it. Yeah, that's the dream. Oh my god. Oh, I resent it because the automod didn't like that one letter. I know. It accused you of bullying me. And I immediately read your first sentence and was like, no. Yeah, sorry about that. We haven't had a problem with Nightbot or Automod stuff in a while. Dang it. That's alright, sometimes it happens. But yeah, no, that's really cool. The current the indie film I'm working on right now is a short film, but it's a stop motion, like, claymation type of film too. And the only reason that's getting made is through a funding program, like what you're describing you want to do. It was the director I'm working with applied for a program where she wrote a script for it. It kind of had like a small pitch of what she wanted to make, and then got funding from Leica, which is like the studio to do that kind of work right now. Well, yeah, one of the, you know what I'm saying. Leica's a great studio. And that's the only reason it's getting made. But like, she's done work like this before. She's awesome. I freaking love her as a director. Really, everyone I've been working with on this production, I have nothing but good things to say about. And it's crazy that it would almost like not be getting made if it weren't for opportunities like that. There are probably other really good films too that aren't getting made because they just didn't do as well in the process. Ooh, I think the eclipse is happening, guys. I gotta finish this. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, that's right. We got this coming up here now. I don't want that to stick out quite as much though, do I? Yeah, there we go. And then we see a bit of the top of the knee here. I'm not liking my line work today, but honestly, I do think some of it is from just like the rust of not drawing in a bit. I didn't even draw much at the end of the week either because I was doing more work on Blender. And I do find that when I like ignore drawing, yeah, things just get a bit harder. Okay, there we go. There we go. That helped add a lot of form. That was way nicer. That was way nicer. This in particular, that helped a lot. Do you raid at the end of your streams, or do you want raid suggestions? Ooh, yes, I do. Wait, let me see if I have anyone to raid. Thank you for reminding me. Honestly, at any time, especially if I say I'm gonna wrap up a stream soon or I am wrapping up, feel free to make raid suggestions. Because I don't follow a lot of people that are live at this time, so sometimes that's tricky in itself. But yeah, raid suggestions for sure. Is anyone live right now? Yeah, not really. Only like 2 very massive streamers are live that I would feel a little awkward rating. Okay, cool. I would say this one is about Dunzo. But yeah, you got any raid suggestions? I'm all ears. As long as they're not crazy. I'm trusting you guys. That's all. I'm trusting you. Want something a little more chill. Okay, there we go. There's one called... Is it Jessica My Artist? She's a Canadian artist and performer, and she's doing art for her kids' books. Oh, that's cool. Okay, yeah, we'll totally do that. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do... We just got like 2 more things, baby. Ooh, okay, and then what we'll do is whenever I'm done with this, I'll post it in the Discord in the anatomy studies. So as to be like, if anyone else wants to, they can. But also no pressure. Totally get it. This way too, if anybody else wants to pick up like a weekly little drawing routine, maybe I can help them. Also, feel free to like, obviously there's like art share and anatomy studies. Don't worry, the vibes match. Okay, good. I mean, even if the vibes don't match, like, I just don't want to send you guys off to somebody who's gonna be like throwing around hate speech or some shit. But like, y'all seem super chill. I really, really doubt you would do that. Wait, shit, what was I saying? I'm glad I posted mine before you made yours. No, Rick, I want to see everyone's drawings. Listen, you have to imagine, I do this for a living. And you know what? Let me show you. I found my old gesture drawings, the ones that I call garbage. And I would say I call them garbage because I have like a trained eye that's been doing this for 5 years. The stuff I used to make isn't garbage. It got me here, but like I just feel self-conscious about it because I'm aware that like a future employer could pop in on my stream and be like, oh, what's this chick, you know, what's she able to do? And then she sees it and then like hold on, I'm gonna go get my old gesture drawings and show you. I think what you did was better than my old gesture drawings. One sec. This one? It is this one. Alright, I found them. Because I pulled them out because I wanted to show them on stream if anyone was curious. Rick? Oh, it hurts. It hurts me. Yeah, yours is definitely better. Oh, man. I don't even know what to show or what will show up on the camera. Okay, granted, some of these were timed. Which I feel like adds to it. But, like, these were done in 1 minute. And you can see I still have the whole, like, oh, draw the rib cage, draw the pelvis thing. But, like, I don't think these are great. Here are some. Will it show up in the light? Who knows? And then here are more. These were also 1 minutes, but, oh, man, they're rough. I feel like stuff you did in the Discord was better. And when was this? 2019? Oh, that hurts me. That hurts me so. Here's one I did. It took 10 minutes. This one was interesting. Like, it's not bad. This one's actually not bad. But my current eye sees a lot wrong with it. I see a lot wrong with it. Yeah, it's funny. You're too kind, like lying through your teeth kind. I swear to God, I'm not. I'm really not. I don't want anybody to ever feel like they shouldn't post on the Discord because of comparisons like that. I would love to see everyone's stuff. And if anybody even like Rick, I have no idea if you're even interested in this, but this goes for anybody out there. If anybody ever wants like advice or critique or help with something, or they have questions, I would also love to help. Okay, let's see. Let's get this foot down real fast. God, it's so funny looking at those old drawings. I'm glad I dated them. I dated every single page in that sketchbook. That is eye-opening. That's not a toe. Get out of here. There we go. Alright, this is attaching here to the hip bone. The hips need to be way bigger, don't they? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just goofing though, it's not my craft. Yeah, I feel that. There is a huge difference between doing a craft like as your thing and then just doing it as like a hobby for sure. That's what like cosplay is and stuff for me. Although I'm such a type A want to do it right person that it's really easy for me to take any hobby and be like, I'm gonna be the best at it. I need to be better. Meaning drawing isn't my thing. Yeah, I feel that. I do have a paint by numbers painting I should make progress on though. Hell yeah. Hey, that's also welcome in the Discord, dude. Yeah, for me that's definitely like cosplay, prop making. I'm always really enjoying it when I do it, but then I also like put it down for a while and I won't do it again for like a year. Which I feel like is like it's good for a hobby. It's good to kind of do it seasonally, if you will. Alright, that's good. Now we just got the big one left. Let's maybe shrink all these down. Oh, never mind. These two. Sure, we'll shrink this guy down. We'll definitely shrink this guy down. This is superfluous at this point. Okay, and the last one. I'll put some of my Christmas gnomes in the Discord. Those I'm most proud of. Are they Christmas gnomes you've like sculpted? That's cool. Or like painted or like... They have a pipe cleaner spine. Oh, with felting on top. So they're posable. That's cute. I love stuff like that. Let's... Actually, we won't flatten the group yet. We'll make a new group or layer. Put it into the group. And we'll get going on our last guy. Okay, how are we gonna do this? Whoop. A part of me does want to make these smaller. I changed my mind. Hold on. Yeah, and then we'll move this guy over here. That's better. That's better. There you go. I'll just zoom in and see what happens. Yeah, how weird. I think the eclipse is happening. And it's just looking like the sun is setting early. Which I've heard is a little normal. It's what it's supposed to look like. A lot of people around me are thinking the rapture's happening. Okay, let's see. What should we do here? This is gonna stretch this way. Just to give this some more form. Yeah. And the arm would stretch up here. Which means the collarbone would kind of be doing this a bit. Means the chest would do that. Okay, I don't really know what this side of the chest is doing. They didn't draw an arm, so we're leaving it. We're leaving it. I used to be very artsy and craftsy when I was younger, but now I'm just too passive. I understand that. If it wasn't my job where I really committed a lot of time to it, yeah, things would slip through the cracks more. It's hard to get the energy to, especially when you work a different job and you come home and I don't know, you have like video games, and even reading is a lot more like it's still like creatively fulfilling, but it's so much more passive. I know what you're saying. It is hard to muster up the energy. I honestly think all the easy entertainment from the internet has rotted my brain. That too, for sure. Doom scrolling and just like hopping on social media. Or yeah, I get that. Because I'm definitely guilty of it often. Very often. Okay, so that'll be there. This is the hip bone. We're keeping up with our what do you want to call it? Paradigms. This would be here. This leg would be coming out. We're moving this again. Oh no, it's on a wrong layer. Shit. We're sticking him right here. Oop. Composition's a little weird, but that's okay. That's okay. It's fine. But distraction is not fulfillment. Yeah, I agree. That's why, like, every once in a while, like, I mean, honestly, I'm still kind of doing so now. I really avoid social media. Like, Twitch to me is a little different. But I will try my damnedest to stay off of Instagram. Or, yeah, Twitch and YouTube are different ball games for me, personally. But I stay off of, like, all the other ones, even Reddit. And I notice I tend to do a bit better mentally and creatively. I tend to have more energy. I'm a little less doom and gloom whenever I stay away from those websites. Or at least I temper how much time I spend on them. Does this program you use autosave? It does. Or should we remind you to save? Thankfully, this one does. If it even crashes, it will crash knowing what you last did. Or as soon as I press the gallery button, it's good. Thank God. It's another pro to this program. Last spring, I did a whole month with zero electronic entertainment, no internet, TV, music, and it was very grounding. Grounding is a great word for it. It really is. It's so hard with me wanting to be especially more of a freelance professional artist, because I obviously I need to be doing more stuff like this and like building an audience and connecting with the audience and which also saying those words sounds so I don't know, it makes it sound like more fake and disingenuous than I want it to be. Like, I feel like when I go on stream, it's why I love streaming. I feel like when I go on streams and do this kind of thing, I'm like talking and hanging out in a bit and like actually interacting with you guys as people. It's why I love Twitch as a platform versus the other ones. I feel like Instagram, well, it's a great place to share work and I need to go back on there for these career goals. I also feel like it's really easy to get like caught in the rat race and just like comparing yourself to others and how'd you do on numbers, and like the comments aren't a great way to truly connect with people. So like I am going to ease back on there, but yeah, in the meantime I just find interacting on here so much more pleasant and good for my mental health. I hope that makes sense. After a couple of weeks, the doom and gloom lifted, and I looked around, being mildly surprised that the world wasn't actually on fire, at least anywhere near me. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean, because there's definitely problems in the world. It's not like it erases it. But the fear-mongering that kind of starts sitting in your brain a bit more, it's not playing in your mind all the time. It makes a big difference. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay. I need to switch this up. That's why I like Twitch. Yeah, it's just a really, I don't know. It's a nice way to talk with people genuinely. I really enjoy it. It is why the streams don't feel like a slog to me or anything. Like I say, I genuinely like they've genuinely made my Mondays better because I'm just talking and hanging out with you guys. And then every once in a while, sometimes when I don't feel like drawing, then that's when we like pull out Baldur's Gate, or like I need a break, yeah. Or like you guys just want to sit and have tea and talk, we can do that for a bit too. Post and ghost is a great strategy for most social media. Honestly, maybe that's how I will do it. Maybe that will be the way to do it. Protecting my mental health is definitely like, after last year getting sick from overwork and getting caught in the rat race of like comparison and being good enough and posting enough. Yeah, I'm not doing that again. I need to protect it. I get to meet amazing people like you around the globe. Oh, that's so sweet. But I feel that way about you. Like it's yeah, just the people you get to meet and talk to and interact. I think I was talking about that with Lilypad once, because Lilypad was one of the first people that found my stream, and he streams too, and now like I watch him sometimes as well, and yeah, it's just crazy the people you'll meet that you would not, I would not have spoken to him otherwise, you know, just because like the opportunity would never have been there. Taking a break in this economy, I know that's why it hurts. That's also probably why I like overworked myself to shit last year. It's cause yeah, I felt the need to produce. That toe is way too long. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to see that. Yeah, it was just like the need, the rush to overproduce, to do too much. More than I should have. And this economy be damned. I'm gonna do what's good for me. I advocate that for everybody, but with the huge caveat of like, I completely understand also if you can't freaking do that, because that is also a very real thing. Okay, we got this. We've kind of got this collarbone here. This would be the bicep, and then we'd have a muscle kind of attaching there. All right, sweet. And with that, I think we do our final, like, pass of lines and not just the sketch. Let's go. But yeah, finding Twitch has honestly been like, this has been great. I think I went live in February on a whim. It was literally like my husband being like, you know, you should stream this, your warm-ups. That's super easy. You do them every day. And like, I bet people would like to see it. And I was like, okay. And then I think like one day I got a camera set up enough for it to work. And then it was like right after, like the day after, I got everything working on OBS. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to go live. I'm going to do it. and yeah, I think it was that first stream I met some people. And then I was like, I'm just going to keep doing this. This is fun. It was not the slog I thought it was going to be, or just like, you know, like me talking about mental health. I didn't know what to expect from streaming, and it was like a super pleasant experience. I've made friends through Twitch. I'm even getting invited to a wedding when it happens next year. I might even officiate with people you met on Twitch. Like, or like from people you met on Twitch, you know what I mean? That's so freaking cool. That is so freaking cool. Yeah, it's just like stories like that, man. That's awesome. Let's see, where's the stomach? Yeah, I'm curious about, like, as time passes, more of the people I'll meet on here. I mean, like I said, like, you guys, I feel like it's so much fun chatting, and just, like, you never know who's gonna, like, pop in the stream and just want to talk, and it's really cool. It's a cool thing, dude. Twitch will always be something I do. I'm also feeling like I kind of want to start a YouTube channel. I don't know what that would look like. I kind of want to start a YouTube channel mostly to I don't well, okay, honestly, I don't know. Maybe that's something you guys could even help me figure out. I've been thinking about doing YouTube as like a educational component, or maybe even just like vlogs and doing more of like um what it's like me working on a project outside of a stream, right? Like when I stream, you guys see me working on like the nitty-gritty of like me laying down every brushstroke, but maybe it's like planning my like that gunslinger elf steampunk thing I was talking about, like planning that and like speed paints with commentary, but then also like how I find my references, or like I don't know, stuff like that. Could even just be like the vibes, because I'm a vibe person. You can't tell from my background and how I dress and am. Like, I don't know. I just like making stuff. But YouTube's definitely something I've thought about messing around with. Kind of like as a supplement to all this. Okay, where would the... It's on the inside. Yes, so it would connect here. We'll see. Yeah, and not even the streamer, but a person from chat. That is so freaking cool. That is so cool. The internet can be so beautiful, guys. Like, it can be a hellscape, for sure, but it can be beautiful. It's like the best and worst thing humanity's ever done. You know what I'm saying? I've been trying to figure out how to get my tablet hooked up to OBS. Oh, you mean like... Okay, you mean like right now how I have my iPad hooked up? Because I can tell you how I'm doing it. If you need that, Miley. I got... it's an older Elgato... Oh my god, I can't talk. It is an older Elgato capture card. But I'm sure any Elgato capture card, the way you would use for a console, should work just fine. But I just hook it up, and then I have a fancy little adapter. Because my iPad is an older one that is finicky with what it uses. But that's it. Okay, is that really all I have to do for this? Cool, let's maybe get some shading under the rib cage. Nah, maybe not. This one's enough. Cool, I think we've done it. I think we've done it. Last thing I want to do is actually, I don't like quite how dark this is around here. This is just me being a bit extra, but whatever. It's better. It draws my eye less. Let's do that. Cool. Yay. Not exactly how you're doing it. I want to do a green screen. Oh, transparent type of thing. Never mind. I'm not the girl to ask then. I consult Google for a lot of things, so never mind. I'm sorry I can't be of more help. Well, I love hearing stories, so I'd love to watch something where you're making something, perhaps sped up. Oh, and tell a story from the industry or a learning experience. Oh, that'd be cool, like a story time kind of vibe. I would love to do that. Or even anything outside work. I do love that. I really like when also vlogs kind of present it in a story format. I know what you're saying. That would be neat. Maybe I could do something like that. You know how sports commentators will write and draw on screen to review plays similar to that? Oh. Oh. Do you want to be present as well? So like you and your camera would be overlaid over the tablet so that you're there and you're drawing on it, or I might be misunderstanding. I wonder how you could do that. Interesting. All right, gang. Well, this is the leg day. Thanks for joining me for Morpho Monday. We'll be doing more of those. That's fun. And I have no idea what we're doing tomorrow. It would be super cool if I finish my Blender file. It might not happen. I might also be doing Baldur's Gate if that's not done. So that might be the plan. Because I have crunch stuff to catch up on my production for, which kind of blows, but that's okay. Keep me in your thoughts. Not necessarily, it's like drawing directly on the replay of a play, or in my case, gameplay. Oh. I don't know how you would do that. The only way I feel like, with my limited tech capacity, it's not great. I would upload that into a program like Procreate or Procreate Dreams and just draw on it from there, which is what a lot of people do with like Photoshop too, right? But I know that's probably like lower budget than what you're looking for. But there's gotta be an answer online. I wish you luck. And I wish I could be of more help, but I'm a little tech dumb. If it weren't for my husband helping me set up the stream might not have happened. And since then I've learned. But yeah, holy shit, getting started on stuff like that, it's not my thing. But yeah, with that, I'm gonna go take a look at the eclipse because I think it's still happening. I'm not gonna burn my eyeballs out. I just want to stand outside and be in it. You know what I mean? While it's here. Let's go over here. Perfect. Yeah, thanks so much for joining me, guys. I hope you're having a good Monday. Definitely be back tomorrow again with either maybe starting background art soon. I'm super hyped for that, and if not, Baldur's Gate, because I'm gonna need that. I'm working a lot more tonight. Rip. Rick, I hope you're feeling better. Miley, I hope you figure out your tablet stuff. You should let me know if you do, because I'm super curious how that would be done. Yeah, everyone, thanks so much for hanging out. And I hope you have a good day. See you tomorrow. And if not, then I'll just catch you around sometime. And yeah. Thanks again. Love you guys. Bye. See ya.